Hello, everyone, back to another video. My name is Kat and today we're back with another banger video here talking about PulseChain. Yet another great informative video. Again, great for everyone who's new to the ecosystem and generally anyone who's trying to learn even more, take things to the next level. So this video will be really valuable because it will answer a lot of the questions that you guys have asked. Number one, that I've seen in the comments. Number two, that are in my Telegram community, link in the description. Don't miss out, don't be left alone, be part of the conversation, the farmers community, guys. At the end of the day, I called it farmers community because we're planting our hard-earned money to work for us so we can buy back time, the one currency that truly does not inflate, so we can enjoy life and praise God. You know what I mean? So it's all part of the process. Enjoy the journey at the same time. You know what I mean? I'm super grateful for the support. You watching. I'm genuinely grateful. I've learned so much from being motivated to make more videos. So I'm more hungry now to learn. And I believe in shared knowledge is equal to knowledge squared. So it's a win-win for everyone. I've been convicted in PulseChain. Don't want to be left alone. So made these videos. So it's kind of like a documentary at the same time, but I'm really happy to be in PulseChain, guys. I truly do believe this is a undervalued, great growth potential. We are still the first 1%. We are ahead of the curve. Everyone is still busy in Solana. Believe it or not. I mean, don't get me wrong. Solana is a money maker right now. That is, out of the question. It is a money maker. Highest volumes per 24 hours. But I'm telling you, those days of Solana, the early days of Solana will happen to PulseChain. And we're seeing it unfold in front of us right now, actually. I'm telling you, the altcoin season is coming. It's rallying up, guys. It is rallying up. This is part of it. This is FOMO. This is what I've been warning people. Hey, FOMO's going to come. I don't want you guys to catch the worst side of it. Even me, sometimes I get some FOMO. It's like, whoa, do I actually have enough bags? Obviously, we will never be satisfied, but you just have to be content. You just have to, keep doing the process. If you're DCAing slowly, disregarding whatever value it is right now, if you're long-term oriented, I don't care about what the value is right now. If it's high, if it's at the top, if it's at the local top, if it's at the bottom, you know what I mean? If you're DCAing, trust in your process. You will accumulate your position. And soon enough, you'll become a dolphin, become a whale. So, don't underestimate that tool, DCAing, guys. It's crazy. Very good, especially when you don't know when is the bottom, when you don't know where is the top. DCA in, DCA out. But again, that's it for another topic. Today, I wanted to talk about a tweet that I made. I'm going to get more into detail, so sit back. This will be very informative. So the episode will revolve around this tweet, which I've actually packed a lot of information in one tweet. And shout out to one of the comments, actually, who said, paradigm shift. Shout out to you, who said, this is one of your best posts. Nice knee. I don't know what's that. Anyways, before we get into that, which is really bullish stuff, guys. Really bullish. Because one thing that I really do like is passive income. So watch the whole video through. I'm going to show you guys how you can do that from real yield, not like some type of fake farming stuff, that we've seen a lot of them in kind of DeFi 2.0 in the last bull run, right? I mean, shout out to Drip. Don't get me wrong, guys. If you guys know that about the OG project Drip, it was amazing. At the end of the day, you guys know. Anyways, this is PulseChain right now. Very looking good in terms of obviously, we've been green for so long. Of course, we're gonna have a few red days, but this is why I tell you, by the way, when you go to Gold Pulse, when you go to generally, don't look at stuff in too much in detail, right? The 24-hour candle is sometimes noisy. You'll have days where it's on the negative side, on positive side, etc. So don't be too worried when you see days like this. It's a little bit noisy, so sometimes what do? Take a step back, take it 7 days, and now you see, okay, we're actually up. You can take it even way more of a step back, click all-time low in PulseChain, and then you can see, okay, am I really late to holding Pulse? No, you're not. Am I really late to PHEX? We are only a 270, that's a 2.7x from the bottom. Okay. You know what I mean? Not financial advice, but I'm just saying, if we're expecting like 100x or 200, 300, 400, 500x, what is to being 2.7x late to the party? Do you mean when we have so much long to go, so much long distance to cover? Could be in a short time, by the way, because crypto can move very fast. 2025 is going to be an exciting year. But anyways, that's again not the topic of today's video. I keep going on tangents. But you know, a little bit of great news about PulseChain is that looking at coin or made by CoinGecko, Gecko Terminal, we are, in terms of total value locked, the TVL, where is that? Yeah, there you go. Total value locked, we are actually number 5, guys. Absolutely crazy. Almost flipping BNB chain, and then base next. Oof, and then now the two big dogs right now. ETH, the land of whales, of course, and the actual older brother of PulseChain. You know, older brother, we pay respects, but at the same time, hey, move out the way. I'm the younger brother. I'm the evolved version of you. I'm cheaper gas fees. I'm 17% quicker block time speeds. I forked Uniswap, and we made it native to PulseChain. I forked DAI, and we're going to make the first crypto-backed, fully decentralized, no admin keys stablecoin with a working decentralized autonomous organization. You know what I mean? Like, and we have Richard Hart, who created the better hex. You know what I mean? We got p-hex now with a newer chart. So technically, in my opinion, it counts as cycle 1. It's going to repeat history of what e-hex did. Again, not financial advice. That's what I like to believe. I sleep really good at night. You know what I mean? Because hey guys, you know what I mean, the worst risk, the biggest risk is taking no risk. Did I say that right? I'm not really sure. Anyways, moving on, guys. Another big win I just wanted to talk about as well is in PulseX. I think if you go in the info in V1, you can also see these are a lot of great stats to showcase here. That the liquidity, we're almost at all-time high in terms of V1 liquidity. I think V2 liquidity, we are actually past all-time high. We're seeing really great metrics that we really like to see in terms of Bitcoin price and generally everything else. We are at 3.23 trillion market cap, total crypto market cap. This used to be 2 point something, so it's so crazy, guys. Metcalfe's law. Go Google it. Metcalfe's law is so crazy. We only increased by a third, right, from 2 to 3. That's an increase of 33%. And we're seeing prices that are way up. This is Metcalfe's law, which is basically where if you double the user base of a network, it quadruples the value of it. Now, obviously here I'm looking at market cap as users, but I think it basically applies everywhere. Anyway, really, like it's the same thing here with DAI and Atropa, which this is the topic that I'm going to talk about. If you scroll down, you can see the symmetric liquidity, right? Because it's Uniswap symmetric liquidity. You can see here it's equal amounts of both sides. That's what I mean by symmetric. So if you basically, effectively, if you have the amount of Atropa in the liquidity pools, you're effectively quadrupling this price. Atropa's price, or I guess in this case it's the DAI chart. So if you have the amount of PDAI in this pool, you effectively quadruple the price of it. Okay, these are the dynamics. It's pretty cool how prices move in squares. Again, this is another topic. Richard Hart makes a lot of tweets, so you guys might think that Richard Hart is kind of MIA, not live streaming, but go see his tweets, guys. He is very smart. I believe he's one of the devs that really understands Bitcoin more than any other dev, even over Vitalik, the guy who made Ethereum, who innovated crypto to the next level with, you know, obviously smart contracts, Ethereum requests for comment, the ERC20, ERC, you know, the other one, the NFT inscriptions. Crazy. I genuinely think Richard Hart knows more about Bitcoin than Vitalik. Hey, some people even say he's one of the founders of Bitcoin. You know what I mean? Richard Hart, he started mining Bitcoin when it was at 50 cents. He retired at 2002. He's not doing this for money, guys. He's doing this for legacy. He has an ego, Richard Hart. And he tweeted it. He said, I want to mint 1 million millionaires. And let me tell you, he did a lot of those minting in the previous bull run with e-hex. Okay? And he's trying to do that again. Anyways, moving on. So let's actually go to the tweet here. Only a few know about this in PulseChain. The thickest liquidity pool on chain right now, worth 92 million, is the Atropa PDAI LP. As you guys can see right here, you can see DAI slash Atropa. It is worth 98 million, so actually increased from yesterday. If I go here, this is the PulseChain on DexScreener. How you can do that to double check it, click on top and then click on liquidity here, and then you can see the actual thickest liquidities in all of PulseChain. So yeah, PDAI slash Atropa have literally surpassed the Richard Heart core tokens in terms of thick liquidity. Guys, market cap is not really the real money, dollar value. Market cap can be inflated. This is how it works. Liquidity is the real dollar value, dollar for dollar. This is real money. So 98 million is forever burnt, sent to the burn address of PulseChain. Obviously, no one has any admin keys for that. That's the meaning of burnt. This is really great. This means a lot for PDAI, and this means a lot for Atropa, just generally for the whole, TVL about PulseChain. Again, PulseChain, when you really look at the ratio of it in terms of the market cap of PulseChain vs the ratio to its liquidity, you will see that actually we have such a great ratio. It's very liquid. That's all I'm trying to say. It's very liquid. But yeah, aside from that being the #1 liquidity pool, let's go back and see what I also talked about. Atropa is a leverage play on PDAI. A simple way to look at this and confirm it. Okay, look at these two charts. Do they seem similar to you? When I keep flicking back and forth, yes, they do, because they're kind of correlated. And let me tell you how many, let's do this exercise right now. Let's put this on logarithmic. Let's bring the price range, put it from where we are now, and then let me change this to, this is the Atropa, okay? Actually, let's do this second. Let's do this here, logarithmic. Price range, let's see how many X's are we away from that $1. We are a 61X away, okay? 61X away, fine. Let us see, where would Atropa be in a 61X from here as well? Great question, right? Let's do this. Okay, it's gonna, again, it's logarithmic. Always use logarithmic, by the way. It kind of squishes the coordinates. It's a really good representation, graph representation. I really like that. Anyways, we're gonna do this. Right now we are at 13X, 25, 30X, 50X, and there you go, 61X. And where is 66X? It lands at $7.5. What if I told you the Atropa dev, like 6 months ago, 8 months ago, have literally said, by the way, who's the Atropa dev? We're going to get to that in a second. He started off as a benevolent actor in this PulseChain. He was not doxed, he was anonymous. He literally said, oh, because of Hart's law, which is basically because of the liquidity bonding that we have here, as PDAI goes up, it will bring Atropa up with it in tandem because of that bonding. It's kind of, you know what I mean? It brings it together. It's a chain. It's a hand. They're holding hands. The thicker the liquidity, the stronger the effect. It's anchored to PDAI. Atropa is anchored to PDAI. This is why Atropa is a leverage of PDAI. And he mentioned $7.5 exactly. Not $8, not $7, not $10, not maybe there. He literally said 7.5, guys. If PDAI goes to $1, Atropa goes to $7.5. And I've been talking about this. There was times where Atropa was way cheaper than PDAI. And now look, they're kind of at the same level now. Do you know what else is also at the same level? pWBTC. I made a video about this recently, and obviously I've been mentioning pWBTC for so long. 12 months. I was telling people pWBTC is very underrated, very undervalued for a lot of reasons. I'm going to show you guys in a second. But, I know this is not the main topic of the video, but I just wanted to do this exercise because it's such a great exercise. Okay? You guys might think, am I too late, etc., etc. Guys, again, think about the long term. What is the real price of Bitcoin? I look at this as Richard Heart's Bitcoin. I like to believe, again, this is not financial advice. Please understand this. I've invested with risk capital, guys. Okay. I still sleep well at night. I don't need to worry about, I need to pay my bills or etc. So please understand this. This is risk capital only. I'm not here making these videos to guarantee money. I don't need you guys to buy pWBTC for me to make the gains that I'm predicting or whatever. You know what I mean? So this is completely educational. Please understand this. Please understand this. Learn. Knowledge is power, by the way. So you have to start with knowledge for you to then make money. So I really try to make these videos so I can explain, so that you guys can have an independent thinking and then become a disciplined trader, understand how things work. But yeah, this is wrapped BTC. Again, how you can confirm if this is the real clone version of wrapped BTC is grab the contract address. It should be the same contract address as the one in Ethereum, because again, it's a clone of Ethereum. Okay, so that's the simplest check. You'll see that. Look at this. This is actually pWBTC on Ethereum. It's the exact same contract address. So you don't need to worry about, oh, is this the fake one or anything. So how many X's are we away to 90K? Let's just put that at 90K. Okay, I'm just gonna quickly do that here. 90, 1, 2, 3. We are a 70X away again. Very simple, very similar. It's like we have our own virtual world where we have our, it's like where time is brought back to, I don't know, 2016 or 15, where Bitcoin was like $1,000. You know what I mean? We're having a chance to repeat history in PulseChain. It's like we rewinded Ethereum. You know what I mean? Or just rewinded time in general. I really like it here, man. I really do. But again, that's not the main topic of today's video. Going back to it, we know that PDAI is the leverage play of Atropa is the leverage play of PDAI. One of the best exit strategy is to provide liquidity, and that is a great question, because that's the whole point of the video. Actually, I wanted to kind of make a tutorial of how to provide liquidity, what's the difference between V1 and V2, when to go into it, what to watch out. Okay, because speaking about exit strategy, that was a topic in the Telegram community, so shout out to everyone, because that kind of gave me a video idea to let people know, hey, this is what you could do. For the people who are in the PDAI, so myself, what am I going to do once PDAI reaches $1? Okay, let me just double check my mic is working, thank God. What am I going to do when PDAI goes to $1? Great question. The minimum I'm going to do is nothing. Because if it reaches $1, it is $1. It's like worrying about the money that's in my bank account. It's in the bank. That's, you know what I mean? I trust it to an extent. To an extent, you know what I mean? But obviously, you want to now leverage that so that it can make you even more money. So again, exit strategy, call it that. And of course, I have a big thing for passive income. You know what I mean? Like appreciating assets, making money off of yield, whether in the real world, I'm talking like real estate and stuff. That would be a dream for me to own like a few real estates. But at the same time, honestly, the biggest dream is to be a full-time PulseX farmer. You know what I mean? Making money. I want to start off by just talking about the stable coin, the stable swap liquidity pool. This is the one that has like zero impermanent loss. Okay, because again, you're just providing stable coin liquidity. They're always going to be at $1, so there's no impermanent loss risk. Okay, other than the risk that it inherits from the actual stable coin itself. So how much do you trust actual USDC, actual USDT, DAI and stuff? Obviously, we trust them. These are the three top most trusted ones. I would actually trust them. Fair enough. They're backed and they've withstood the test of time. They've been here for years and great stuff. So, how much money, this is really if you're at that whale status where you want to make really easy, safe money. And look at what's the APR? 11.78%. Guys, this is APR rate, not APY, yield, annual percentage yield. Okay, yield, what does it mean for yield? It basically means that you have to compound it every single day for you to attain that yield percentage that you've seen. You have to compound it for the whole year to see that number. But with APR, you can actually sell the daily yield and not affect the rate. This is why I like to look at things from an APR perspective. APY is like, come on, You know what I mean? I want to realize some gains, bro. Okay, especially if you're thinking about living off of, not living off, but making passive income every week, every month. APR is a nice number to look. Again, this is just my opinion. So yeah, 11.78%, guys. Imagine 11.78%. People are ecstatic in the stock market for making a 10% return every year, and this is with taking on some risks like the S&P and whatever. Imagine now, about PulseX Farms stable swap, 0 risk, guys. I'm gonna say this. 99% no risk. Okay, 0.1% risk basically, right? Because again, I really do trust these are stable coins, but there's always some risk there for a stable coin to depeg. Again, you can look it up. The chances of that, I don't think so, especially with these 3. But I'm just saying, imagine that, making 11.78. That is a whale strategy. But going back to it, we want to talk about, hey, we're not a whale yet, or I'm a dolphin, I'm a whatever comes out under dolphin. I want to make some passive income. I made good money with PDAI. What are the exit strategies, or how can I start from now? If you're a liquidity provider and you want to increase your liquidity position, one of the greatest ones to look at right now is, of course, the one that has a lot of appreciation to go and a lot of volume to come. So prediction, you have to predict that there's a lot of volume. Because again, with looking at these liquidity providing, where does the yield actually come from? Okay, it comes from the volume, which is buy-sell transactions. Whether if it's buy or sell, it doesn't matter. That's the volume, because you're basically providing money in the ATM machine, and then you're making a yield off of that, right? Because you're helping people fulfill their transactions, so of course you're going to get a cut of it. So yeah, there's now V1 and V2. V1 is effectively providing liquidity to the available farms in the PulseX. Okay, keep this in mind. You make yield in the INC, so the yield that comes to you is an INC. Now the yield in the stable swap, and I apologize if I didn't mention this actually, the yield in the stable swap is effectively, if I remember, is effectively back in those tokens. So you receive them and it is auto compounding, which is really, really good. The 7th wonder of the world. He who understands, I believe, auto compounding earns it. He who doesn't pays it. Is that how the quote goes by Albert Einstein? I'm not sure. But USDC, USD, you get paid. It's auto compounding. So hey, for a whole week, if you're like, oh, I don't need to take the profits, I'm gonna let it auto compound. That's really great, because then you're turning this APR more, right? Because you're auto compounding. We're going to see in a second how you can turn an APR into an APY to calculate. Let's say if you want to delay your gratification for a whole year, where can you be? What can you expect? So anyways, going back to it, we want to look at specifically right now the best pool. One of the best pools to look into is DAI/WPLS. Okay, wrapped pulse to DAI. You want to provide money for ATM so that people can transact from one side to another. You will take the trading volume, the trading fees, some of it goes to you, which is 0.22%, and obviously part of the pool percentage that you own, you'll get your portion. That's effectively the formula. I'll show you guys in a second. We have a handy, trusty calculator, so don't worry about that. We will show you guys. So looking at the first of all, it is a V2 position LP, the one I just mentioned. V1, guys, it's V1. It pays you in INC, but it's only for the available farms that are the available farms. So, if you're not planning to enter any of those farms, do not create a V1 liquidity pool, because you won't receive anything. You will receive INC for the ones that you have here. So, you can enable contract and stuff like that. It's really easy. Hex Pulse, USDT, and you can see the APRs. The APRs are actually quite good, guys. Quite good. I really do like this. So, for example, for providing USDT/Pulse, imagine if you're a whale, you have like 10K, whatever. Not financial, please understand. But I'm just saying, if you are long term, you think WPLS is actually safe, we're past the bottom, so no real risk there, and half of the pool is a stable coin, you can check out the calculator, put in, let's say you want to stake it for, well, let's see the yield for 7 days. Okay, you're gonna put in 10,000. Let's just say we put 10,000 every 7 days. You're making $122 in INC. INC is a token in itself that's appreciative. That's a long-term asset. Not financial advice, but I'm just saying, if you think of a long-term delay or gratification, it can pay you even more. It's like exponential growth. Do you understand what I'm saying? Fun fact, Andrew Tate is in PulseX farms. I made a video on it. Go search it up. That's your homework. But anyways, it's not really that big of a deal. But I'm just saying, fun fact, you know. He obviously is not disclosing that probably because of the SEC, probably because PulseChain is not as big as it is. And of course that he has his own token in Solana. He's focusing on that, making money there. Fair enough. We actually obviously don't need Andrew Tate, but big shout out to him though. Yeah, going back to it. If you want to see a full year, and if you put in like 10,000 in a year, you'd effectively get 8.8K, which is pretty decent again. But now, that's just for the INC. And a quick reminder, if you want to actually create an LP, go to LP here, add liquidity pool, and then here you can choose V1, V2, or if it's a stable. If it's a stable, then you can click here, add any of those tokens that you want. In any order. Like, you can only add DAI, you can only enter with DAI. Don't worry, it will do its own thing. You can add all three at the same time. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't need to be equal. This is the stable liquidity. I believe it's a curve liquidity. So it's, if I remember, it's X plus Y plus Z is equal to K. That's the constant K formula. Again, that's deep of a product. Don't worry, of a topic. Don't worry about that. But we're looking into V2, right? This is the one where if you provide liquidity, it doesn't matter if it's on the farm or not, which by the way in the farm, these are the only ones here. V2 liquidity is the one where if you provide to it, it auto compounds and it gives you back the LP tokens. Okay, I'm going to explain this in a second. Let's look at DAI. So what do we do is effectively, I'll show you guys actually from here. What do we do? Go to info, go to V2, search pools and tokens, type DAI. That's it. Okay, I'll show you guys why this is a great pool to get into. Obviously, because we know PDAI has a 66x to go plus, right? We know that a lot of people are going to come in. They're going to FOMO. There's going to be a lot of ups and downs. Chart moves in ups and downs, so don't expect it to just go straight up to 66x in a month. It's not going to be that much of a volume. No, there will be a lot of shakeouts. It actually will be a rough way up there. If you're providing liquidity, you're making best of both conditions. Bloody days, green days, and you can sleep. It's auto compounding. It's beautiful being an LP provider, guys. Let me tell you, this is how you play the game smart, guys. This is how you play the game smart. Okay, again, this is really, once you understand this, once you get that light bulb effect, guys, I'm telling you, it changes the way that you think of things, especially if you're a delayed gratification type of guy. PulseChain is a really great chain for this because number one, gas fees are extremely cheap. Look, if we go here, gas fees, they're extremely cheap, costing you barely half a cent, guys, for a swap. Barely well, here it says 7 cents, but I guess because something's going on right now. But yeah, few cents to make a position, few cents to exit a position. Hey, nothing. Profit margins are amazing in PulseChain. This is why I love it. It's great for the beginners, it's great for the liquidity providers, it's great for builders, it's great for game developers, a lot of those things. Try making a game in Ethereum. It will drive companies bankrupt, guys. And I think there was a news where it literally did take a company bankrupt. They had to cancel it. How are you gonna make a game in Ethereum, bro? To log in is gonna ask you pay $50 to log in, bro. You know what I mean? We need this is a scalability issue, and I'm telling you, PulseChain solves all of that. Solves Ethereum's buggy network that literally just fails transactions, and on top of that, their DEX Radium is so slow. It is so slow, guys. It's so unresponsive. I'm like, okay, I get it. It's a fancy website, but like, where's your requirements? Where's your priority? You know what I mean? Why is it moving like a PowerPoint slide? I need to be quick. There's a meme coin that I just launched. I need to make my 100x. Don't ask me if I need to accept cookies or not. This is not the right time. I'm just kidding. They don't ask if you accept cookies, but it's just slow. Anyways, I love PulseX. It's very simple, straight to the point, lovely jovely. But going back to it, where were we? Here, DAI stablecoin. Okay, shows you the info about it. What you want to do here, you scroll down, you can see the pools, and guys, ooh, this is what I'm talking about. Look at this, DAI slash WPLS, 233.5% APR, not Y. Not Y, it's APR. That means you can make your yield tomorrow and sell of that small yield, and you'll still be on the same rate. That's the beautiful thing about APRs. Okay, and then there's obviously other ones here. You can order it, DAI slash access, DAI slash DAI. So this is the PDAI slash eDAI. Again, this is really good pool. Okay, again, you know, here it says 89% APR, but because this is just right now. In terms of the volume right now, of course, people are buying PDAI with WPLS. I'm telling you, in the future, in the short-term future, 89% APR, that could be double. That could tenfold. You know, for a few days, it could tenfold. It's crazy, okay? But let's talk about this one, because this is the main one. And obviously, this one, I think, will be possibly the main one for the next few months, half a year. Okay, because until we haven't reached the $1 part yet, I think DAI slash WPLS will be the main pool. But once we reach $1, I think PDAI slash eDAI will take the cake. Okay, because now we're supplying liquidity. Obviously, by the way, there's no limits. You can create multiple liquidity pools, multiple liquidity positions. You can have half of it here, half of it there, half of it there. You know what I mean? It doesn't really matter. Again, let me double check. My mic is working good. So we're going to focus on this one. Okay, 233% APR. Let's quickly grab that calculator. How many days does it take so that you can make your 1%? So it's an easy 365. You do 365 minus 233.96. We click equal. Was it really that hard of a calculation? Again, I think because I'm recording. But 100. Oh no! Apologies. Okay, no, that's not what I meant to do. 365 divided 233. Okay, we're trying to see how many times 233 fits in 365. Anyways, and it tells you basically every day and a half, you will make 1% back of your liquidity pool's worth. 1%, guys, every day and a half. That means if you provide $1,000 every day and a half, you're making $10. Guys, come on. You know, no financial advice, but I'm just saying, like, this is passive income, lovely, jovely. Okay, now let's say you're one of those absolute deadly people who want to delay gratification. You believe in PDAI, you've done your research, you want to provide liquidity, and you want to accumulate it. Use the seventh wonder of the world and accumulate it. You know what I mean? Where can you expect your gains to see? Where do you expect to see your gains? This is where I want to show you guys we're going to get to the impermanent loss in a second. APR to APY calculator. So the APY, I believe it was 234, okay? 234. You're compounding daily. Basically, technically, it auto compounds basically every minute, right? Every time you receive it, effectively auto compounds it, but we're going to do it obviously daily. We can't go any higher frequency. We're going to click calculate, and then you can see, oh my God, it will turn your 234 APR into a 930 APY. Guys, that means if the price of PDAI and the price of WPLS stayed the same, in a year time, you're still going to 9.5x on top of your initial. So technically, you'll end up with a 10x, or the whole 10x. You'll see it. This is in a year. That's almost making 1x every month, almost. You tell me this is not powerful? This is powerful. Delay gratification in choosing the right tokens. And guys, obviously, there's so much. Again, I made so many videos about why pWBTC, Richard Hart's Bitcoin, PDAI, Richard Hart's stablecoin, the community stablecoin, right? Why it's super exciting to be part of these narratives. So to the part that I wanted to also take you guys next is how can you actually provide this liquidity? How can you see how much you're actually going to make in 24 hours by the, from your entry price? So we're going to do this exercise. It's going to be like a live thing right now. Add liquidity. So once you come to this part, you can just click on add liquidity here, or you can simply go to, trade liquidity V2. Remember V2, because V1, there is no farm for PDAI WPLS. You can obviously check this by looking at this first. You can see the ended ones, by the way. At some point there used to be pWBTC, pWBTC, which is so cool. I'm really excited for those to go back live. You never know if it'll be live soon. This is one of the signs that you can tell it's really Richard Hart's Bitcoin. But again, it's not the focus, but you can apply this concept, by the way, to pWBTC as well, because when pWBTC goes to 90k pegs with real Bitcoin, what is the exit strategy there? Turn it into a passive income vehicle. Same thing. So I'm applying this for everywhere, really. But once you go here into, trade liquidity V2, add liquidity, what you want to do, change that to obviously be DAI. And it's obviously PDAI, so it's the one that has purple logo. And this is the one that's already, it's DAI from Ethereum. It's the one that's already $1. This one, I don't know much about it, but I guess that's the one from BSC. But this is the one that has more liquidity, by the way. So I don't think you should use this one. That's the PDAI. That's the one that's not at $1 yet. So these are the two. It doesn't matter which way they are around. It's okay. It's obviously symmetrical. It's not like chemistry where it has isotopes. But after that, what you want to do, you have to provide equal amounts of both sides. So I have $159. I'm not going to spend that much, but what I'm going to do first, if I do this trade, I'm going to turn some of my DAI. So I'm going to do just 500,000. Okay, 500,000 PDAI. We're going to do this. I am, by the way, using Rabi Wallet, which I just wanted to mention to everyone in this video, because Rabi Wallet I think is a huge step up from MetaMask, especially for us PulseChain people. It recognizes PulseChain tokens quite nicely. You don't get any of that stock transaction, or actually once you do, you can just click X on a transaction, and that's it. And it cancels it for you. Other than, in MetaMask, you have to enable nonce, and then you have to put the same nonce, and then you have to put in a high gas fee, etc., etc. But with Rabi Wallet, you just click on X, and then you click on the cancel thing, and then you submit transaction. It does it all for you, guys. It's actually really, really, really good. And then as well, you can add PDAI to your MetaMask, because now to your Rabi Wallet, because in MetaMask you can add PDAI, because it says, oh, we see this on the Ethereum side. You cannot add it. It's the same account. You can't add pWBTC, but you can see all of this. And matter of fact, in Rabi Wallet, it's automatic. You can see all of it. You don't need to import tokens. It can show you. Rabi Wallet is really crazy, guys. I'm telling you, it's 10 times better than MetaMask. Go check it out. Literally 10 times better. It's 10 times better. With the simulation, with the safety, it automatically locks your wallet if you're not using it. That is good, because once you lock your wallet, your private keys and seed phrase goes back to being encrypted on your local laptop. Again, this is good security feature. You don't want to keep it exposed at all times. You don't know, you know what I mean? You're not using your laptop 24, every single minute of it being on the desktop opened, right? I rarely really shut down my laptop, to be honest with you. I usually sleep, but again, Rabi Wallet, go check it out. Aside from that, I just did the transaction. What I'm going to do when I'm back here, I'm going to click on max. It says $33, and then here automatically balance it out. Again, it's like an equilibrium, because this is a V2 liquidity pool, Uniswap formula, symmetric liquidity pool, X times Y is equal to K. That's the constant K product formula. Again, that's for another topic, but you want to sign it. And again, look, it tells you interacted with this before. No, because again, new site, but it tells you PulseX protocol is really, really lovely. I love this. I love this. I love this. And look, you can change this fast, instant. It's much better UI overall. Click transaction created, and then we're gonna wait. That's it. That's how you enable. So just a quick reminder here. It tells you by itself. You are earning. A V2, you'll earn 0.22%. So that's the number I mentioned, depending on the share of the pool that you have. So obviously me right now, and I'm going to show you guys in a second. It tells me my share of the pool is less than 0.1%. But let's say if I did want to provide all the, you know, if I wanted to provide $126 here, $128, so that's roughly $250, right? 200, just above 250. That would give me a share of the pool, which is 0.03%, okay? So remember that number, share of the pool. We're going to simulate something real quick here. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to find that, actually, we're going to use Dex tools here because I really like Dex tools. We're going to find that pool. We're going to use Dex tools, paste the contract address, click on Pulse, so it only filters by Pulse, and then you'll find it here. And we want V2, so it's the only thing with, yes, there we go, V2. It does show it there. I was worried if it's V1. And then yeah, you can see here total the key metrics you want to see obviously is the liquidity. So that's the people you're going to be fighting for against, right? Because that's the share. It's basically diluted the more people that come in. And then you have to look at the volume liquidity ratio, okay? Because that's going to dictate how much your yield will be. This is why it's high yield right now, because the volume is way more than the liquidity. So it's happy days for every liquidity provider right now. So what we want to do is look at the volume. Okay, we take that volume number. Okay, we take that 5.11 million, right? So 110 million, 1, 2, 3. And then after that, what you want to do is times it by that number, but turn it into a multiplier instead of a percentage. So 0.0022. And then this is the amount of number. So this is the amount of dollars that's generated for yield fees. Okay, this is will be shared amongst all the liquidity providers in the past 24 hours, which is $11,242. And now, if you remember, our share of the pool of $300, again, this is simulating it. If I was entering it, we times that by our share of the pool, which is times 0.0. Again, we have to turn this into a multiplier, not a percentage. So we have to give it another 1, 2. So that's 3 zeros. 1, 2, 3. 3. So 003. And then it times that. That means, whoa, that's actually not bad. Whoa, 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 whoa. That means, guys, in the previous 24 hours, if I did provide my 300 or 250 something dollars, I would have made $3.3. And it's auto compounding in the liquidity pool. Obviously, you can sell that yield. I'll show you guys in a second. But yeah, 3.3, that's making way more than 1%. Because look, if I did 3.3, remember that number, okay? If I did 200, again, let's just quickly do this. 126, no, 126 plus 129, and obviously, yep, 255. That means if I did, how are we gonna do this? Let's say 255. That's your total, right? If I did 3.3 divided by 255 and then times this by 100 to turn it into a percentage, that means you have made in the past 24 hours 1.29% yield, which is really, 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 really good. Okay, yeah, like that's like if you put in $10,000, you would have made $100. Yeah, you would have made $100 back. Okay, this is really, really good. It's very powerful, actually, making 1.29%. And again, you can leave it to auto compound. But now, how do you actually check your auto compounding stuff? What you want to do is quickly refresh. Connect to my wallet, Rabbi. Find LP pool. I'm pretty sure I have entered. I did not enter. I guess I didn't. It didn't load when I am. So I guess what I'm going to do real quick. Let me try to show you guys real quick. Yeah, I didn't do it. It didn't load. So I'm going to click supply, confirm the supply. Oh, yeah, that's the number that I want to show you, which is once you input 2 tokens, the output will be 1 token. It's a dual asset token. That's the cool thing. It's called an LP token, which is dual asset. So you click confirm the contract function, add liquidity, reverted, blah, blah, insufficient B amount, try increasing your slippage. Sure. what I'm going to do here is take away those zeros, because I think it's the zeros are really tripping it. So I'm going to keep that at 2157. So these are the same issues that you might run into. So I'm glad I'm showcasing this in the video. Click and confirm. You know, having too many decimals, it can trip things up. Oh, you can add PLP to the wallet, which is so cool. Oh my God. So you can, so PLP, I believe it stands for Pulse Liquidity Pool, LP token, liquidity pool, PulseChain Liquidity Pool. I don't know. So yeah, you click on that, and then now, if you go back to liquidity, you wait a little bit because you can see it's pending. Again, I know this video taking too long, but I just want to say, you know, really appreciate you guys for watching the whole video. This shows you how you can earn passive income from PDAI, from Atropa. Really powerful, from Atropa, from pWBTC. As long as you believe in those long term, as long as you enter as a liquidity provider, as a long term liquidity provider, you will win big. Trust me. I already showcased with you guys how you can turn a 234 APR percentage to a 930 in 12 months. This is disregarding whether the appreciation of the actual assets that you're holding. Okay, it'll be really good, but of course do remember there is something which is an impermanent loss, but I'll show you guys in a second what that is, and that will be the last part of the video, I promise. So it finally went through. You can see that. What I want to show you guys now, if you go back to here, Pulse, and then you refresh, obviously connect your wallet, you can now see it over here. So you can see your actual position V2LP. As I told you guys, you inputted with 2 tokens, and now it's 1 token, which is so cool, that is the number 8,253 LP tokens. Okay, which is so cool. You can now, what you want to do as an exercise, create an Excel sheet and come tomorrow in 24 hours and see that number change. You might see that number to be 82,056.58. What you want to do now, if you want to just sell your profit, all you have to do is subtract the difference. So you know, you only want to sell the difference, which is, let's say, 5 LP tokens. So click on remove, and what you want to do is click on detailed, and then all you have to do here, for example, which obviously here it tells you 8,253, all you got to type it is that, you know, let's say I made 5 LP tokens in the past 24 hours and I only want to sell that. Click on 5, and it will tell you that it will give you back this amount of PDAI. It will split it for you now. It is so cool, guys. Look at this. You know, and it tells you the share of the pool specifically to like 6 decimal points. Everything you need. Create an Excel sheet. You can become, guys, a full-time liquidity pool provider. The money provider. You know, I'm an ATM manager, baby, on the blockchain. You know, this is really cool, guys, honestly. Now, the last part of the video, but before we get into the last part, I just want to say I hope you guys learned a few things at least in this video. And if you really do, you can support me, support my channel multiple different ways. Check out my course link in the description. Again, hey, if you're not new to crypto, if you've been in crypto for a while, this course might not be for you. I am working on future courses. I think will be for, you know, people who want to learn how to code and just generally deeper in DeFi. But yeah, you can support me. There's a donation address link in the description. You can become a YouTube member. As a big thank you to the YouTube members. And actually, this gets me to the part where I just wanted to say, I wanted to answer this question, genuine question: how will PDAI peg to $1 if only going to 4 cents makes it a 1 billion market cap? Would love to understand. And of course, thank you to other highlighted comments. Awesome thumbnail. The video is aging extremely well. Thank you very much. Because I think when I made that video, pWBTC was around $400 or $500. Anyways, now to your question, that's a great question. You know, and that's why I mentioned earlier in this video, the market cap is it doesn't really represent real money. It's inflated. Some tokens actually manipulate market caps, so it seems like a legit token. Oh, it's in the billions. That means I can throw at it way more money. You know what I mean? Because it seems it's in the billions. It's already big. It's already established. No, some people can really fake that. But it doesn't matter. Even if we're at 4 cents and it's 1 billion, it really doesn't matter. So from 4 cents to, you know, a 25x. Apologies, my brain just lagged there. 25x from there is, you know, going to take us to 25 billion. That's absolutely fine. The real money again here is the liquidity. Okay, so keep that in mind. That is the real money. So, and 25 billion is not even like that big for stablecoin. That's great, but yeah, it really doesn't matter. Okay, that's the end of the question. But now, in terms of me answering people's concern here, what is the risk? Okay, what is the risk of providing liquidity? Why wouldn't anyone want to just provide liquidity? And that's a great question. The risk here is impermanent loss, ladies and gentlemen. What is impermanent loss? It sounds worse than it is. They need to actually come up with another name. But impermanent loss is basically what's the percentage that you missed out on by providing liquidity, as opposed to just holding the two tokens on its own, not in a liquidity bonding. And we're going to get to that right now. And that's it. We're going to cover that. We're going to end the video there. The impermanent loss calculator. Now, let's say the price of PDAI now is 1 cent. The price of WPLS is, I don't know, 0, is it 4 zeros? I really don't know. Let's quickly double check. We go here, click on top, liquidity. WPLS is 4 zeros and 66. 1, 2, 3, 4, 66. That's the price of today. Let's say today you decided to enter in PDAI and provide liquidity, and then let's say the future price obviously is $1 PDAI, and hopefully, you know, let's just say again, this is not financial advice, it's just here for simulation. The price is 0.0, you know, 0. Okay, I don't want to put out 1 cent. I'm going to say half a cent. Okay, so okay, fair. Hold on. No, actually, it's too good. 1 second. I need to take my you know, point across. Let's say it goes to 0.001. So, you know, PulseChain, the core token, did a less than 100x basically. Okay, but PDAI did its, you know, great amount of x. I mean, let me calculate this real quick. I actually don't know how many x's there. You know, I just want to be certain. 0.001, so 1/10 of a cent divided by 0. It's a 15x. Okay, it is a 15x. It's way less than 100x, and obviously, PDAI going from here to there, that's 100x. And now it gives us the result of a 32% impermanent loss. Now, again, it sounds way worse than it is. Impermanent loss, it just means how much did you lose in gains, not in actual like value, initial value, just in gains. Like how much could you have made more, but you've made less. Okay, you just made less. You didn't lose, you just made less. Keep that in mind. This is what impermanent loss is. This is what I'm telling you. Impermanent loss, it will probably not mean as much because you're gonna make that loss from the yield and way more. Especially if you're long-term oriented, there's going to be a lot of ups and downs. So you're going to be making so much from yield. Keep that in mind. That's how you have to think about it. So here it tells you if $500 of token A and $500 of token B were held. Okay, so it tells you how many worth of each token. Your value at hand would be $57,000. Okay, from $500 here, $500 there. $500 in PDAI, $500 in WPLS. Okay, here now it tells you if $500 of token A and token B were provided as liquidity. Again, it shows you the liquidity pools. Your value would be at 38,900. So again, this is what I mean. You didn't lose money. You lost gains. Okay, it's not the end of the world. Again, yes, you could have had $57,000 right at hand because you've held them separately, but in a liquidity pool you didn't make as much there because the, you know, constant product formula, it lowers your gains kind of, right? But I'm telling you, you probably would have made that difference and way more from providing liquidity. This is where you need to decide, is a token that you're looking at can have low impermanent loss or great volumes to outweigh the other. Okay, you can either find a token that has a balance, or you don't care because you're long-term oriented. Because I'm telling you, let's say it goes to Pulse does go to 1 cent, you get an impermanent loss of only 2.12%. That's nothing. That's fine, because both of tokens are going up. Both tokens are expected to appreciate. But now, if you're providing, let's say PDAI against a stable coin, right? This is where you get the most impermanent loss, because that stable coin will always be at $1. That PDAI is appreciating. The constant product formula is trying to keep the K constant. So guess what? As price goes up, people are taking away PDAI from the liquidity pool. So now me, with my liquidity provider, I'm going to end up with less PDAI, which is the token that did 100x. I'm going to end up with more stable coin, which is great, but it didn't appreciate. I didn't get the exposure of 100x now, you know? So now I'm ending up with 80% impermanent loss. Okay, this is why there's a thing, I'm not sure if it's the right term here to mention, reflexivity, which is why I'm telling you, like, usually with those things where, let's say pHEX, as the price of pHEX rises, the liquidity providers are actually leaving slowly because they don't want to see that impermanent loss. The liquidity providers only want to come in when it's sideways action. Do you understand what I'm saying? Where it's very low impermanent loss, but it's very high volume. They're taking advantage of that sideways action, the consolidation. Again, so this is why I'm telling you, sometimes it's better to provide liquidity, either, you know, both stable coins, or either tokens that are correlated. They go up together, down together. So, you know, liquidity is so that impermanent loss is kept at minimum, and of course you're making benefits from the trades. So of course, for example, things like WPLS, PulseX, they are quite correlated. INC, WPLS, quite correlated. INC perhaps has way more excess to go than WPLS, but at least they're moving slightly together. So impermanent loss will be kept at a minimum. So let's say here INC is $3, INC goes to $300. Again, not financial advice, but here the price 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 6, right? Let's say it goes to 0.001. Impermanent loss again is at third. Great, this is good. Goes to 0.001. Great, this is at 2.21%. Great, okay, because they move at least at some correlation. One is a leverage of the other. Same thing with WPLS, PulseX. Guys, I'm going to end the video there. It's one of the longest episodes that I've ever made. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I really just wanted to explain. It's a huge dump. You know, this could have been a course. But, you know, it's been a pleasure. Again, if you guys just enjoyed this video, learned at least something, you know, again, think like a whale, become a whale. This is one of the ways to think about it. This is the exit strategy. Don't just sell. Again, it's not financial advice. I'm just saying, if like PDAI goes to $1 in a few months, in a year time, I'm not just about to sell it, guys. Okay, that's how it's no longer, like, you know, I've just made a whole bunch of money, but it's not working for me. Did I really win? You know, I'm going to spend it. Like, okay, did I really win? No. You have to turn that into a passive income funnel. That's how you want to live life. Okay, multiple funnels of income. So yeah. Anyways, I believe in Pulsechain, and I want to share the information asymmetry with you guys, and that's the whole point. Me reading your comment saying that I've helped you and stuff, that's more than enough. Join my Telegram link in the description. You can obviously support me multiple ways. You just commenting helps to boost the YouTube video and the YouTube algorithms. Take care, guys. Let me know what other videos you want me to make / talk about within the Pulsechain ecosystem. I can delve more into V2, as in other tokens to provide liquidity. I can make a whole video about V3. V3 is a killer with concentrated liquidity. That's a whole nother ball game, guys. Whole nother ball game with, like, especially the tokens that are exotic, right? Where you can put 1% transaction fees. So you see how PulseX is 0.022%, right? Or sorry, I apologize. It's 0.22%. Is it? Let me quickly double check again. Sometimes I yeah 0. No, we're on V2 actually. Yeah, 0.22%. In V3 you can actually choose 1% pools, so you're effectively making 4 times the trading fees. There's even 2% pools. You're making way more than that. You're making quadruple the percent fee, and some people pay for that, guys. Could be even arbitrage bots. Take advantage of it. It's so crazy. I'm gonna end the video there. I'm actually so sleepy. Take care, guys. Share this video with crypto bros. It really helps. Get them on board on PulseChain. Let them understand this is how you make passive income with PDAI, with Atropa, with pWBTC, the ultimate exit strategy. Think like a whale until you become a whale. my personal goal is to become a full-time farmer here in PulseX. Take care, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.